What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Akil, here in Japan since 2004, here with another video. If you don't know, I've been here since 2004, and this channel is really all about giving you information based on my experiences to help you in your relationships with Japanese women, of course, and to entertain, whether it's for one night or for a lifetime with that potential partner. And we've got another really interesting video. This, for the first time, is me doing an older couple. Doing a video on an older couple. Whoa. And something really interesting is going on in this video. I took a quick preview of it and we're going to go through it together. And of course, with likes, comments, let me know what you guys think. Give me some feedback. Let me know if my spidey sense is correct or if I'm tripping, and we'll kind of see what's going on with this couple together. Let's get into it. It's going to be interesting. So as always, let me give you a little bit of background information. This is a video from a channel called the Paradi Show. I'm sorry, Paradi Show. And what it is, from what I can tell, it's a family of, I think, 5. So Japanese wife, foreign husband. He's from America in Denver, and they have 3 kids. They seem about high school age. And they, I guess, I don't know exactly where they met. It's kind of difficult because her content is mainly seems like it's for Japanese women. So a lot of it is more like, hey, look at my beautiful life, look at my mixed kids and stuff like that. We're such an interesting family kind of stuff. Again, it's not, I can tell it's made for Japanese women. It's not really my cup of tea, but the main video we're going to be reviewing popped up on my timeline. And I was like, whoa. So they were having some drama apparently, and the wife just went back to Japan and for 4 months, and I think she took the kids. Again, I skipped around a little bit just to get a feel for what's going on, but we're gonna review it and see what's going on. And I have a theory. I'm gonna stick around to the end because I have a theory, some information that I want to share with you about this type of situation and how to avoid it. It's gonna be really, really important. So let's get into it.
はい、ちょっと久しぶりに4ヶ月ぶりに出かけをしました。皆さんはいかがお過ごしでしょうか。で、ちょっと今日はメモを取りながらお話をさせてもらいたいと思います。日本とアメリカで4ヶ月間離れていて、いろんなねコメントが来ました。ね、旦那さんと離れるべきではないとかね、子供に影響が良くないんじゃないかとかいろいろね心配もしてもらってたんですけれども、実際のところどうだったのかっていうところを私たちの親の本音で話していきたいと思います。
So, okay, so my first little feeling about the relationship is like the husband, he just looks lost in the sauce completely. She looks like she's running the show. If I had to come again, I'm not judging. They're older than me, so especially I was taught to respect my elders, even though they're probably in their early 50s, I guess, late 40s, early 50s. Hopefully, oh my gosh. But she looks good. She looks good. She takes care of herself, which is really clear. I'm sure she has like a pop-in Instagram for her age group, and she really focuses on her brand and stuff like that. Him, on the other hand, he just looks like, I don't want to call him a dork, but but he just looks like if I'm completely speculating on this point, and please let me know with a comment if you have any information on this couple or this family, but if I had to guess, if they met in Japan, I would say, he had maybe on vacation, or he had a good job or a promising career when they were younger or something like that. Maybe when she was in her late 20s, early 30s, he might be a little bit older than her. And, he was kind of taken by her beauty, and he just kind of threw the world at her. And, she was like, okay. And she just went with, it, but for whatever reason, she bounced back to Japan for 4 months, and that kind of throws up quite a few red flags in my mind as what's going on. But let's let her tell her side of the story if we can get it out of her.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
First time you heard from me.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to Japan.
Yeah.
For 4 months. What did you think about us? What crossing your mind?
Mm-hmm. First, it was I want to go back to Japan for 2 months.
Right.
And then 2 months turned into 3 months. 3 months. Well, back up. 2 months I said okay. 3 months I was like, well, it's a little bit long, but it's tough. Okay. And then 4 months, and I was like, what maybe you're gonna go to Japan and not come back, or
That's what you thought?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like I won't be able
Like
to
4 months, you'll get there in
That's what I
4
would think,
months,
too.
and then it'll turn into 6 months, and then it'll be, I'm not coming back to Japan.
Right.
Maybe can I have some?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's why I told you I'll
That's
prepare
okay.
for you.
I like to share with you.
So I don't know about her. First off, I'll say whether she was young or not, she's definitely not my type, and I'm probably not her type. This, again, I hate to say it, but you've heard me talk about it. She strikes me in her younger days as the type, if like, again, I'm visualizing her living in Tokyo in her younger days, would be the type of Japanese woman that I just wouldn't get along with. She's not my group, not my category. She doesn't have enough flavor, enough sauce. She maybe likes the finer things in life, if you will, is what it kind of, it has certain, okay, she's high maintenance. Okay, she's high maintenance. That's what I'm trying to beat around the bush. She's high maintenance. She really strikes me as like a high maintenance Japanese woman. And, because, she's probably put together, maybe from like a really nice family, he kind of really got wrapped up in it, he got whooped, he got kind of, whooped with that good old good thing, and he, after getting married to her, took her back to America. But because just for her to up and leave like that, it says something to me about their underlying communication. I mean, I don't know how much they talk about stuff like that, but just her naturally, the way she's talking, it just seems like, in front of the camera, it feels like she's, of course, this is for her fans or her followers, mainly for her. So she's putting on the happy smiley face, but you can kind of see, like, when the camera goes off, I feel like she has a mean side to her that I just really wouldn't want to deal with.
私はですね、そんなに不安ではなかったです。帰ってくるっていうのももう分かってたし、なんて言うんだろう、浮気するような人でもないしね、そんなに心配はしてなくて、4ヶ月だろうが1年だろうが、まあいいんじゃないかなって勝手に思ってました、正直。で、まあね、心配なコメントをもらった時はさすがにちょっと心配かなっていう気もしたんですけど、まあでもそこで壊れてしまう関係であれば、もう仕方ないのかなって。For me, okay, 6 months.
It's the store's responsibility to put measures in place to stop people from stealing. That's it.
Yeah, like I just don't like. I mean, I really just don't like this couple together. Like, he just really seems like confused. I'm pretty sure he would prefer to talk to her without the camera on, because she's clearly on, in my opinion. Like, it's like lights, camera, action with her, which is fine. That's her brand and everything like that. But it doesn't really seem like he's that with it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, like, their hipness level isn't really matching. And especially since, like, they are having problems in their marriage. Like, she's really focused on her career, and he just wants, like, his wife and his family with him, and he seems a little bit traumatized, like a little, puppy, like, please don't leave me again, kind of something like that. Which, again, I'm not saying this to make fun of it and clown him. It's like a really, and I don't know all the details of the situation, but it's not a really, it doesn't strike me as like a positive situation, and it seems like she's the one manipulating the situation more. It might be because she's on camera right now. It might be a completely different story when the cameras go off. But generally speaking, like, for her to, put on a show of this thing, because all her commenters, like, that's the thing. In Japan, like, you know, influencers and people are really, really at the mercy of their audience. Like, they will turn on them in a drop of a dime if they do something that everyone thinks is, not on the up and up. So she had to be, leaving her family and bouncing. She had to be really probably careful how she treaded. And this is her kind of like, everything's cool. See, everyone, don't get pissed off at me video as well, which kind of shows me part of her real personality. You know what I'm saying? If that's her main motivation, and he's just like, please come back, don't leave me again. Like, he's just like, just looking. He just looks like fucked up in the head, like, like, oh my gosh, what do I got to do to keep her in the house, kind of thing. So I'm laughing. Of course, I'm making light of the situation, but I'm not making fun of him. I'm not making fun of her. I'm not making fun of the situation because this situation could go really, really serious. Like, like she said, like, you thought I wasn't coming back. She could have just like bounced, took the kids, and ran back to Japan. There was nothing he could do about it. So, they look like they have a nice house, and it would be pretty lonely if he was in there by himself.
How was your life while we were gone?
So yeah, the first 2 weeks was tough. The first 2 weeks I missed. It's weird because you come home to an empty house, no kids, where you're used to, 3 rambunctious boys tearing up the house and filling the house full of noise.
Right.
And then you come home from work and it's nothing.
Yeah, that's hard, man. That's hard. I mean, I imagine, we're all guys here. I imagine the comments are going to drag her too. Please go ahead and check out the full video before I forget. Whether you agree or disagree, whatever, please, the link will be in the description. So check that out and give them, their just due for actually producing this so we can talk about it. But I am not on board with the wife at all. I mean, I'm not on board with the husband either because I think he's giving simp energy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's giving former simp energy who was a really good rest haven for her to pump out a couple kids, get the life that she wanted. She really wasn't satisfied with it and just needed a refresh to refresh her spirit or whatever she wanted to do. And then she just bounced, and that was about it. So I'm not really down with that. Like, and she left the dog too. Come on, how you gonna leave the dog? The dog all lonely and stuff. Like, with just him looking at him, he crying in the corner. The dog just gotta like be there to console him at night, lick his tears. Like, that's terrible, man. That's terrible.
In general, or the day before you came back?
The day before I flew back here.
Yes. The night before you flew back, I did not sleep well at all. I think I woke up every 2 hours. I think I was having dreams that you couldn't make it back or didn't want to come back. So no, I didn't sleep well at all.
I couldn't sleep very well too, but opposite side of a feeling. How am I gonna go back home? I started that life again. Doesn't mean I don't like America. It just doesn't fit me very well. So I wanted to see him really badly. I have to go back to the States, so it's kind of conflict in my mind, like constantly. I want to see him. I don't want to see you. I want to see you.
No.
But I want to see him.
Him sounds like who?
No, I want to see you. I want to see you because I think I'm watching the camera.
Yeah, so this really leads me to my main point about this video. I'm gonna leave it right here with these clips. But I got if you don't know, like I have a really important theory that I think that helped me understand my marriage as well. Like basically, my thing is like I think there are mainly 3 types of Japanese women, I would say, in relationships. Because if we're talking about international relationships or people dealing with abroad and stuff like that, I think there are 3 mindsets is the best way to say it. I think there's some Japanese people who want to stay in Japan because they think Japan is great and it's their comfort zone. I think it's some Japanese people, like women, and we're only talking about women, who want to go abroad, because they're just like, get me out of Japan. I'm a a sardine in a can, get me out of here. And then there's a third type, which is the type who think they want to leave Japan, but they really don't. And when they get abroad, they realize how much they want to be back in Japan, how Japanese they really are. It's like, you don't know light until you're in darkness, or is the other way around? I don't know. But something like that. I think it's kind of like that type of thing. So she strikes me as a third type. It really feels like, I don't know the background of their relationship, but I'm just imagining like they met in Japan. It really feels like, ooh, this is foreign American guy, great. He wants to take me to America. He wants to marry me. Cool. It'll be an adventure. And then she got to the States and she realized like how much different America was than her life in Japan, and that nobody cared about her. her feelings basically, because she seems like a very much high maintenance type woman, and very much in her own head, if you will. So yeah, like she wasn't down with that. She didn't jive with that, and that kind of stress built up with her over time. And then she just freaked out and was like, "I gotta get out of here," and just took the kids and ran back to Japan, to refresh or whatever you will. But so like I'll tell you a personal thing in me as well in my relationship. Like I got that theory because shortly after I got married, or around the time I was getting married, I think I've said it before, my wife and I, we were planning on going somewhere, throwing around ideas. And I really kind of had to stop and pause and be like, yo, I can stand living, not stand like a negative way, I can deal with living in Japan for the rest of my life. I was like, I didn't tell my wife this at all. I was like, I can deal with that for the rest of my life, no problem. I couldn't imagine her dealing with everyday American life for the rest of her life, And so without telling her, I made the decision that we were going to stay in Japan. Like, and then several years later, she was still like thinking, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But in my mind, I'm like, we staying here, and several years later when she had, I told her that, and she was like, yeah, you were right. I'm like, duh. I mean, she likes going on vacations and stuff like that, and visiting and stuff like that. But it's just living in America. I'll just say America is just my home country. There's kind of a pressure that Japanese people feel because Japanese people are very much aware of their surroundings, and there's that give and take of implied consideration for people around you. So if people, if but in the West we don't have that. You say how you feel, you know what I'm saying? You do what you want, and we kind of like clash in those ways. I want to do this, no, you shouldn't do that, and then we kind of find a middle ground. It's kind of based on kind of conflict of wills, if you will. But in Japan, it's not really like that. It's the complete opposite. It's more like do what you want. No, 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 I don't want to infringe on you. You do what you want. It's the complete polar opposite of it. So for a Japanese, the third type of person who is constantly considering what other people are thinking and what other people are feeling, and nobody's considering what they're thinking or feeling because they're not expressing it, maybe for lack of language ability, maybe personality, maybe a combination of both. It's really tough and stressful for them, especially someone who's high maintenance like her, who might not be able to roll with the punches. A homeless dude tell her like, yo, give me some change, and she's like, can't you understand, like I just want to go into the gas station, and she like has an internal freak out or something like that. Like it might be really, really tough for her. So I think that buildup of pressure might be what she's talking about, why she wanted to get out of America, why she had enough of life in America. Again, I don't know, this is all complete wild speculation. Please remember to watch their channel as well, and watch the full video and give some more insights, and let me know with more insights if you have any idea about what's going on in their life in more detail. I just watched this video, I poked around on their channel, and I kind of had enough of it. So let me know what you think. Here's another video for you, and I'll holler at you next time. Peace.